right, everyone, we are here. We are inside Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights 28. This is our 4th year coming together to this event, and it's a highlight of our year. We love Halloween Horror Nights. This year we're really excited because there's like 10 houses.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Stranger Things, which is something we love. Chucky, Scary Chucky, and a bunch of other scary stuff. So you guys get to come along with us, and we're going to take you around with us. Obviously, we can't take the camera in any of the haunts, but the scare zones for sure. And we're now going to take you through all of the scare zones this year at Halloween Horror Nights 28. And there are, how many are there this year? 5 different scare zones. And the very first scare zone you encounter when you walk into the park is called the Harvest. And what they have is they have a bunch of sort of crates that those are themed towards all of the houses that you're going to see. But in addition to that, the Harvest, you've got these giant Stiltwalker pumpkin people that you see when you first enter the park. And there's some other characters running around. I think it's cool. I think it's kind of cool that you get sort of a little preview of the different houses. And then you get the characters in the Harvest. So we kind of breezed through that one, to be honest, pretty quickly, because you're entering the park and you're trying to get in and see what's happening around you. The next scare zone, if you keep going, if you walk in the park and you go straight, is VAMP 85, New Year's Eve.
1985.
And it is 1985. You are transported back in time. It's New Year's Eve. There's a huge rock concert going on. There's all kinds of...
I loved it. I love the music.
It was amazing. The music is fantastic.
The dancers.
The performers were amazing. So we're going to show you a video clip of that right now.
Yeah! Nowhere to run! We are getting to about that time. It's 1984, like I said. We are ending it off in style. Y'all check it. Y'all, if you're having a great time, y'all make some noise. If you're having a great time, y'all make some noise. Check it. It's 84, we ending it off in style. But before we continue, I'd like to bring out one of the baddest dance crews in the land. These dancers are hot. These dancers are fly. These dancers know how to move. These dancers know how to groove. Check it. I want y'all to make a lot of noise for one of the baddest dance crews in the land. Y'all give it up for Bangs and Bangs. I said y'all make some noise for Bangs and Bangs. Drop the needle. Yeah.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed that little video clip. And you see at the end of that, all of those dancers became vampires, and they jump off the stage and they run around in the crowd. Yeah, I mean, it's just a really great immersive area, and that takes up
really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's energetic. All of the characters. Yeah, people are definitely engaged, and all the people that are the actors are. You could tell they're having a good time.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
Yeah, they're having
because
a blast.
Maybe because of the music. It's music that everybody loves.
Yeah.
So people are engaged because they love that music, and the actors can feel that.
Right,
the performers can feel that they are, entertaining people.
Yeah.
So,
which was really cool. And so when we were walking through and we were filming and I was getting footage and all of that, we got approached actually by Universal Studios' own film crew. So we're kind of excited about that. Here's a quick little clip of Juan Carlos getting set up.
So we got selected to be interviewed for social media here at Universal. We're excited.
Hi,
great.
my name is Layla. What's your name?
So anyway, there you see Juan Carlos getting ready, and myself. They put us on camera to sort of talk for their social media about what our thoughts were thus far of our night at Horror Night. So we don't know if that's going to be aired or what social media platform. So we're going to keep an eye out for it. If we find it, we'll let you know. But that was very nice of them to ask us to be part of that and to share our experiences. That was exciting for us and fun. So let's go on. The next scare zone, and I absolutely loved it as well, was Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I mean, this is just an homage to old camp classic, cheesy, horrible horror. I mean, that movie is just tragic, but so tragic that it's a classic. And they did such a great job of recreating that little zone with all of the giant killer clowns and the people running around, and it was just fun. So take a peek. Here's some video footage of the Killer Klowns.
So that was the Killer Klowns from Outer Space scare zone. What'd you think?
this scare zone is better than the movie.
Better, yes. The scare zone is better than the movie. I will say so too. But it's very retro.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm coining the phrase. This Halloween Horror Nights is retro ghoul. Get it? Instead of retro cool, it's retro ghoul. No? Oh, come on. Wah, wah. What do you guys think? Put a comment down below. I like my word. Halloween Horror Nights 28 is retro ghoul. I like it.
All right, moving on to the next.
I want to say.
Oh wait, yeah,
again,
he wants to say something
about the Killer Klowns. That again, it's better than the movie. The clowns are like, they engage also with the people.
Right.
Actually, on all the scare zones, you can just approach one of the performers and just, hey, let's get a selfie, and they will be more than happy to do it.
Right, right.
And these clowns were like,
they were into it. They were doing lots and lots of selfies.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody was getting their picture taken with a killer clown.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was fun.
So yeah, I liked that.
So where do we go next? Which one? We're moving on to, Twisted Tradition. And this historically has been one of my favorite scare zone areas at Universal. This particular year, this year they did an amazing job with, you enter the zone, and it's a great area anyway because it's covered with all the trees and the fog, and you've got all of the pumpkins up in the trees, and then you've got the...
Is that the one by the church?
Yes.
The small church?
Yeah, there's a small church, and then you enter through the zone on the way over to the houses. And there are so many cool pumpkin-themed... It basically, the overall theme there is it's like a pumpkin harvest gone crazy or something, I guess. And the pumpkins are eating people, and it's just really, really cool. So pay attention. I'm going to show you some cool footage right now of he and I experiencing it, both going through it, and then on our way out at the end of the night, walking through that zone. Check it out.
Yeah.
That scared me.
It's a little dark and spooky. If you look up, we got lots of pumpkins.
You always have to look behind you.
You have to look behind. Well, if we look behind, we might see this guy.
Hi, baby.
It's kind of cool. Let's go see this guy one last time. So what do you think of those pumpkins?
I love them.
You love them?
Yeah.
You love them so much that he's going to beat me over the head with that hammer. Ah! All right, so we just came through the scare zone. It was really cool. It's so far my favorite scare zone. Well, I don't know, 1985.
1985, but this one was really good.
Yeah, because that's pretty original. But this scare zone with the pumpkins is really, really good. So I really like it. And then the final scare zone, Revenge of Chucky. Talk about that. What do you think?
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, I am a huge Chucky fan. The first 3 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good ones.
And he's the good guy.
And he's the good guy, yeah. So I did miss a little to see more of the characters like him,
Right.
right? Because you see like the projections and then some stills.
Well, yeah. The only Chucky that you're gonna see
Is the one in the
Yeah, he's a puppet.
yeah.
And he does a show periodically. You can see, and he interacts with the crowd, so that's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, we saw him for maybe a few minutes.
A couple
2 or 3
minutes, yeah,
minutes
yeah.
That he was performing. But yeah, I would like to see more of
Maybe more Chuckies.
more Chuckies.
Okay, that's a
But
good,
it
fair
was fun.
assessment. Yeah, the only Chucky you're going to see is the one on stage.
Because there's only one Chucky.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got all these other possessed characters and whatever running
Yeah, that's
around, scaring people. So
Oh, and you get to listen the invocation or
yeah, it's some sort of chanting invocation where Chucky like calls all of his minions, if you will.
it's the one that from the movies when he's trying to possess the kid.
Yeah, the
that-
possession.
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
the one.
Okay,
Mhm.
you know the movie better than I do, so
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
I wasn't aware of that, and again, that's a good example. I've seen the first Chucky movie, and then I've never been a huge fan of Chucky personally. I think he's kind of funny.
I like it, and I used to torture my sister with that, with those movies.
So yeah, since I didn't see the other movies, I didn't know about that, but I could figure it out immediately that okay, he's calling all of these other, and they're all like their hands up in the air and like almost like a religious experience to go see Chucky, which was great.
Synergy!
Welcome to the cult, you bunch of idiots. Yeah, that's right. Now go and do my bidding. Get out of here. I'll be right back. Don't you idiots go anywhere.
So yeah, overall the scare zones were fantastic. I would say my favorite number one is the 1985 scare zone with the vampires. That's like the best. And then number two would be Twisted Tradition for me. Number three would be the Killer Klowns from Outer Space. 4 would be Chucky, and then my least favorite is the Harvest when you first enter the park. So those were all really good. And there is so much happening in those scare zones, you can spend a lot of time doing that. So, we're going to wrap things up here because this video is very long, and I appreciate you all watching very much. I do want to point out one thing. We did, and we're lucky enough that we can afford to, and we purchased the Express Pass. I'm going to point out one thing. I've used the Express Pass for the last umpteen years, and I've always had a great experience using that because I live in South Florida, so I go up to Universal Horror Nights, and when I go, it's a one-time event each year for me. So I purchased the pass because I want to be able to experience everything that the night has to offer. Now, we were able to do that. However, this year, there are more houses than ever before. There are more scare zones than ever before. So because of the 10 houses, because of the popularity of those houses, we were on the move the entire night. We did not even have an opportunity to sit down and have a meal in the park, which is something we've always done in the past, where we've sat down, we've eaten, and leisurely kind of went around the park and spent more time in the scare zones. It wasn't going to happen this year. We wanted to see all of the houses. We started
not even one of the rides, or
yeah, and we did not even get an opportunity to take advantage of the Express Pass on any of the open rides, which was kind of a bummer. It would have been nice to do that. But we were able to see all 10 houses in one night.
So if you want to do rides in the houses, you better spend the day in the doing the rides and the night with the houses.
That's a good advice, because I think this year the park is going to be packed every single time. And one thing I did notice too is I think that they're selling more of maybe they're selling more Express Passes. We did wait in longer lines this year than we ever have in the past for Express. Not that we waited super long, but we had to wait for one of the houses a little over 30 minutes, which was
Stranger Things was
Stranger Things. And at one point the Express Pass was well over an hour wait. And that's sort of unheard of. I've never seen that in the past. So that would be my one bit of advice, that if you're going to do it and you want the Express Pass, if you're going and you're not going to do the Express Pass, you need to really, really think about maybe what are your top 3 or top 4 houses, because I don't think that anybody could be able to see more than 3 or 4 houses in a night without the Express Pass or the tours that they offer. And I did notice this year it seemed like there were a lot of those tours.
the guys holding.
Yeah, so you'll see people walking around with the lights with groups of like 10 to 20 people, and they cut right to the front and they go right in front of you. And when we were in the express lines, we saw a lot of them. They would stop us and let those groups go through. So if you could afford that, maybe that's another alternative for you. Maybe that's something I'm going to look at next year. Maybe we would do.
The only thing about that is that you're stuck with the group.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to follow the group. You cannot really do your own thing.
Right. That's why we've never done that before.
Yeah, I prefer, honestly, I prefer to be on my own.
Right.
You know, doing whatever we want to do, not following a group. Because,
yeah, if we want to take a break or sit down.
And, you know, sometimes there are people that are taking longer than the others, and people's like, okay, we have to continue.
Yeah, exactly. But luckily we were able to see all 10 houses, but I will tell you, it was 20 minutes until park close when we finished the final house. So from 6:30 p.m. to all the way to 12:45, if you will, we were on the move, go. We sat down once and had a cup of coffee. And that was it. That was the only time we sat down all night. And definitely wear comfortable shoes because you're going to do a ton of walking. And also as a note too, a lot of those houses are not in the park. They're behind the park. They're backstage, and you have to walk a long way to actually just get to the house.
And then go back.
And then once you go through the house, you got to walk all the way back to go through another house. So yeah, definitely wear comfy shoes. Overall though, we had a great time.
I do suggest wear 80s.
Oh yeah.
Because when I was on the line and I saw a lot of people wearing like 80s clothes, and I was like, that looks really fun. I wish I had think about that before.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, because Universal doesn't allow you to wear a full costume, but you could get away with sort of dressing like, if you want to do something fun, you could wear 80s attire and kind of just feel like you're fitting in, and go with that retro ghoul. Haha, I said it again. Get it? Retro ghoul. I had to explain the joke to him last night. I didn't quite get it. But anyway, overall impressions, loved it. Great year, great houses. There really isn't a bad house. They're all good.
They are good.
They're all good. You're going to enjoy them all. So, with that being said, anything else you want to say to everybody before we go?
Enjoy the houses.
Yeah, and Homer. Yay. Juan Carlos had to pick up Homer. So we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye now. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you are a subscriber. And if you're not, what do they need to do?
Hit the button down below.
Yes, Homer says hit that button below. And always remember, happiness is a lifestyle, and we're living it. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Peace out, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.